Hello, my name is Calvin Ng from the University of Alberta, and today I will be introducing work done during the MSR Hackathon with my team David Reed and Adam Tuckle from the University of Tennessee and Chris Bogert from Carnegie Mellon University on tracing vulnerable code lineage using the world of code. The goal of our project during the hackathon was to understand how widespread are clone files that contain known vulnerabilities. In order to do so, first we determined the commits with vulnerabilities in the Common Vulnerabilities and Exposure list, also known as the CVE list. Next, we find files related to the vulnerabilities in the commits. Finally, we trace the version histories of the files across repositories to determine where the vulnerable file exists in other projects. To help with finding the vulnerability and fix files related to a commit from the CVE list, the world of code was particularly helpful. Using the SHA-1 hash of a commit or blob, we could use the mappings C to B to find blobs in the fixing commit, B to OB recursively to find all old blobs which presumably contain the vulnerability, and OB to B recursively to find all the new blobs which presumably are not vulnerable. Our preliminary results have indicated that a few CVEs lead to risky projects, which you can see in more detailed reports by visiting the link on this slide. In our reports, we categorize related repositories of a vulnerable project as being vulnerable, safe, and unknown if we cannot determine if the vulnerability was fixed. Overall, we find that there are more vulnerable projects than safe projects, which is concerning. Specifically in a QEMU project which has over 5,000 forks, only 21 versions of the forks had fixed versions of the vulnerable code. Of those forks, we find that 572 projects use a vulnerable version of QEMU as a dependency, and since these projects might also be forked, the vulnerable QEMU version is redistributed. For example, the Georgia Tech project OpenSGX has recent forks that still contain the vulnerable version of QEMU as a dependency. This is just a preview of our work from the hackathon, and I welcome you to read our paper and visit our repository on GitHub linked in the paper for more information. Thank you.